flow and stuff last.
Not everything. See, thing is Git flow thing. I mentioned you look at that messages, you look at the previous videos. For Git, we covered in the GitHub DevOps. So the same thing I mentioned as a video in the training group. See, be active in the WhatsApp group so that you see regularly. Don't be like once in 10 days, if you check the WhatsApp messages, you will not follow what's going on. Because based on people who are attending, who is asking, that's how you are doing. Now, DevOps related Git, we have done 2-3 videos. Same thing I mentioned, people to follow that. You follow the DevOps video of a Git, you first ask, you do it first. Then if you have questions, we'll discuss basically. That's what I told to Anjali and few others in earlier class.
Okay.
Yeah, just go to the earlier videos, then you get more idea. Next thing is, there is a lady called Sayada Ghazala. Yeah, very similar to that Ghazala Telugu heroine. I mean, name.
She's gone.
What she has done
in a long time.
No, she's still there in Bangalore.
Oh, she's still there? Oh.
I mean, not in the movies. At one point, she even attempted suicide for some reasons, I don't know, whatever. But she is right now residing in Bangalore.
Oh.
Fine. Now, what this lady has done, Sayada Ghazala, I think she knows Java very well, basic Java, but she doesn't know everything else. So she created some kind of document, her resume. She highlighted the various skills. What I told her is, you come to the session so that we can discuss. I'm not sure whether she understood what is this, because she attended 1 or 2 sessions at the start, and she completed the exercises also very well, very fast.
Nice.
So she mentioned various jargon. Then I thought we can put into some kind of thing which already I created, like this thing. We just embed the respective stuff. But either if she sees the video or she attends the session, then she'll get more idea. Otherwise, it will be like a remote information. So the way I want to go is JavaScript, Angular, all those things fine. My comment is, so that you guys can see, my comment is, Ilyas, do you know what is Backbone? Ilyas or Sohail?
No, man. No, I never heard of Backbone, man.
Fine. Can you tell me a couple of lines about React and Angular?
Yeah, those are front ends. Angular is from Google, and React.js is from Facebook, I think.
Okay, that is good. What else you can say about these two?
Yeah, and then Angular uses Node.js as a backend engine, I think.
That's
okay.
Not.
Okay, Node.js as a backend, it has a framework and it is quite extensive. That's what I can understand. But I really would want to do at least a small POC kind of a thing at my own, just to get these two connected. I don't want to become an expert and want to claim that I'm an Angular developer and front-end UI full-time, But it just, as a curiosity, I want to get that Angular installed on my machine. I tried to do that long back, but I gave up because it was too extensive, I saw, because I need to actually catch up Java, not Angular. You see, that's where I left Angular. And yeah, I know the versions and all, 4, 7, they started with 2, I think. That's what I can recollect.
That's what I felt.
Yeah. And then you have got Angular and React, they come into, what is this? MERA. What's those
Still see, this lady understood so many technologies on her own. So what I'm saying is, Backbone.js is a confusing because many people not even heard of it, just remove. Then, my other suggestion is, since the person is more of a full stack developer, having both React and Angular is not good.
Yes.
Just have one, that's enough.
Yes, I agree with you. One of the guys.
The interviewer needs some kind of a, yeah, go on.
Yeah, one of the guys in the interview, man, you were not there, and then this guy asked me, looking at the resume, you said you have done 2 years React and 2 years Angular, and then your total experience is 8 years. So where is Java in this? It was so funny, he's just doing math.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling her, remove Backbone.js within React and Angular. Actually, we can talk much more about React and Angular. Just keep one. That's what I'm saying. Then, okay, Ilyas or Sohail, what you guys can talk about Ajax and JavaScript?
Yeah, JavaScript. Swell, I'm doing more talking just now. Okay, I'm a bit excited.
No,
about
fine,
this.
man. You go. If Sohail leads something, if you know something, you will tell.
Yeah.
You have some experience at least. Sohail
Yeah.
started like 1 year back, and you can think him
But
like
he's
a
doing
fresher.
a lot
Go
of
on.
things. Yeah. So yeah, JavaScript is way back. We started using JavaScript to put some
Yes.
animation, some validation, some sort of programming on the client side using HTML and cascading style sheets and JavaScript to manipulate them. Yeah. So it was very basic those days. And then Ajax came in to do some more sort of pushing of content and to the back end, more interactive. Form-based pushing of data controls and so on. I think that's where Ajax came in, and React and Angular is a completely framework which has been redesigned, and one of them uses TypeScript. See, this is what we.
Yeah,
call
that is
it.
fine. Let's stick with Ajax and JavaScript. What is the difference between Ajax and JavaScript?
JavaScript is a functional programming language.
Okay, then.
I used to be good at JavaScript many years back. I did a lot of programming with the browser based.
Now, what is Ajax then?
Yeah, Ajax has its own libraries which we can use.
Okay.
Out of the box libraries, whereas JavaScript we used to write everything from the scratch. So Ajax helped a bit of posting and pushing and retrieving information from the backend and adding more.
Exactly.
Yeah, more single page. What they call it today, the single page layout, or what you know better.
Yeah. SPA.
Single
page applications.
Single page application. I think that was initially implemented in Ajax, but now they say it's a part of Angular and React.js. But it used to be existed
Ajax popularized it. What Ajax means is when you want to refresh a page, when you want to get a content, you don't need to refresh a page. You can just get the content using some Ajax thing, asynchronous JavaScript and XML.
Yeah.
So basically, what you are doing is you are sending and getting the content remotely. I mean, without refreshing the page.
Yeah.
So Ajax is not SPA. Ajax is kind of one good technology. Later on, there was something called Sencha.js or something. Then Google guys popularized Angular and got it. Meanwhile, React also became popular. So these UI frameworks became a single page application so that you just have a single page. You deal everything as a component. Once you open the component, that will expand all those blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to deal with multiple pages. So this Ajax is kind of a parent to this React and these things. It was the one which popularized that one, as you said, calling on the back end without refreshing a page.
Yeah.
That's the thing. JavaScript is a client validation thing.
Yeah. Originally it was client validation. You are right.
So basically, JavaScript is more like you create a UI. I mean, you have a UI in HTML. You write JavaScript to do some kind of client validation. Later on with React, all those things, JavaScript became so powerful. It's no more just a client validation. You can even design the components with the help of that React kind of things in a very good way. So JavaScript is a basic JavaScripting language. Yeah. Initially client validation, now it expanded to various things.
Yeah. In this case, in the same context, Raghu, what also confuses a bit is you heard of these two stacks called MERN stack and MERN stack, where A is for Angular and R is for React.
Let's talk about MERN stack as well.
Yeah, because I'm sure Sohail is at the same look.
Sohail doesn't know many things. He's still struggling with EJPs, all those things. Maybe he can manage. Right, Sohail?
EJP is quite complex, man. He's doing the core stuff, I think.
That project got shelved, Raghu, and I moved to another project now. So I'm working on a MERN stack right now with React.
Which stack?
MERN.
MERN. Okay, so we'll let Sohail speak about
MERN. React basically. MERN means Angular. MERN means MongoDB, ExpressJS, React.js, and N is Node.js.
I'm not using Mongo, but I'm working with Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle.
So you're doing with MERN stack now.
Yeah, it's majorly React, and my stack would be like React on front end, Spring Boot on back end, and Oracle on the DB side.
But that's really not, you're not using Node.js. Instead of that, you're using Java. I mean, instead of you're using.
I mean,
So
on
React is front end, then go on. Very good, man. Instead of that EJP boring work, you are doing something very interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
the butt, man. Worst thing ever. Oh.
Why, man? Why? Why, man?
It is really like enterprise application, very old legacy application kind of.
Yeah, I can think about that.
Okay, fine. React is front end, then what else?
Spring Boot on backend.
Spring Boot, Java with backend.
So you see, Spring Boot, whether is it with Java or is it with Kotlin or is it with Node.js?
It is Java. I'm sure it is with Java, right?
Java.
Okay.
Because Kotlin is different.
Yeah, it is different.
Yeah, Kotlin is different. Yeah.
Okay. Good, man. React is front end, Spring Boot with Java is backend. What else? Oracle is the database.
Yep. We also have.
Is it correct? Did I mention correctly? MERN?
Yeah, MERN. Yeah, it's right in front.
Okay. Oracle is the database. What else you can say?
Where is Node.js?
Node.js also, since you're using React, you have to deploy with Node.js. So
That is different. See, React needs Node.js just for deploying everything, but you are not really coding in the Node.js.
Yeah, this is a very clarification, Raghu. That's very important point you noted out.
Node.js, really you don't need to code. Node.js, you're just using it. In fact, internally, you are using it just for package management, etc., etc. So Node.js, you don't need to even say. React, the moment you say it's already that is there, NPM. Node.js package manager, that is there. Okay. What else?
What else? Previous project I was working on MongoDB for a while.
No, previous project is different. Right now it's all about jargons. See, MongoDB, I think already at least we mentioned as a jargon. You can look into previous video. Yeah, no sequels. There was at least a mention of MongoDB at least. So you don't need to go again. Okay, MERN stack. Let's see what does Google say about MERN. Mean ostundi. MERN. What does MERN stands for? Mongo idi. So whatever you are doing is fine, but actually the naming is what exactly I told you. MongoDB, Express.js. Express.js means it's actually a Node.js component. It's more like a REST API. React and then Node.js. That is MERN stack. Yodra ni cheppindi mee chese MERN stack ani. So hell.
Yeah, MERN stack cheyadledu sir.
Parledu. That's all fine. What I'm saying is, who said, which lead of your team said that you guys are doing MERN stack?
See, they just they replace the database, man. That's all. They have the right to say that. You know, if they're doing something later.
Come on, man. Where is Mongo? Where is Express.js? Where is Node.js?
You're not using Express or Node.js, so we can.
Fine. So what you are doing is really good work because Spring Boot is the latest and really good, but still Spring basics we need to know and we need to discuss because people will ask, what is this bean? What is that bean? Oh man, today we got some excellent questions of somehow I managed to answer by looking at internet. They were asking like, how do you inject a non-Spring Bean into the Spring Bean? Then, wow. I mean, not too tough, but wow, very nice.
How do you do it, Raghu?
There is a, Ilyas is asking.
Yeah, I'm also asking. Suhail is also asking. That's really.
I think I noted down as well. There is some kind of application context. So basically, I noted down. Actually, Stack Overflow I saw. Basically, there's something called you can create an application context explicitly. And let's say if user account, basically everything in Java is a class, right? Yeah, let's say if the user account is a non-Spring Bean, you specifically read it from the application context. So for this guy, you don't need to tell the syntax. Approach is enough. Then this was also a very nice question. How do you replace a Spring Bean at runtime? Wow, man. I didn't know that this kind of annotation there. Refresh scope.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting.
I know about component, but never heard about refresh scope.
See, component is a common thing. Everything in Spring is a component internally. REST controller, service class, everything is a component. Okay, that's fine. So now, so what you are doing is not MERN stack. You are doing is very, very good. But what you are doing is not MERN. MERN, mean, long back there was one. It's now obsolete. LAMP. Does anyone know what is LAMP?
Nope.
Somebody put it off. Maybe that's why it's not there.
Now you can say put it off. Linux, Apache web server,
Oh my God.
then MySQL or any backend database, then PHP or Perl
or Python.
or Python language as a language platform. This is a very legacy term. That's all fine. Okay, what you are doing is not one. So tell them, fine. Now let's go to our resume. We have discussed a bit about JavaScript. We'll continue the discussion on Wednesday again. Then, I thought she knows. She has explored a lot of things on Spring Boot. Almost every page has something. I think it's better if she can come to this session. I clearly told her, I'll ask her to give the recording so that she can come, because she has highlighted so many things. Yeah, I think it's better if she can come, because these things, no, she has to be there. Only then she can understand.
She's she has worked.
She is working as a teacher, but right now she has very good knowledge on Java. She wants to get into this thing. Obviously, you need to have good web knowledge.
Okay.
See, she can get into some proxy mode, all those things she can get, but she's trying to understand very good.
That's good.
So let's talk about this line alone. Even I don't know each and everything. You just tell me what you guys know. So I'll start.
Servlets, I mean, before we used to have, when we used to work with enterprise applications, we used to use servlets for our, I mean, I think I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not getting the exact textbook definition of servlets, but I know what servlets mean. There was some, it's not coming in my head. JSPs, Java Server.
All the Spring Boot stuff, all the things you are doing, if you look into the history, you will see in Spring Boot, there is something called dispatcher servlet. Spring Boot is just a modified or minimized version of that. So there is something called dispatcher servlet, which actually serves the request. Again, dispatcher servlet is a servlet, which has some life cycle. So servlet is one web program related thing of Java. That's the thing. That's the reason I don't prefer to read thousands and thousands of hours in the online sessions. You need to know the essence. How will you know the essence? By discussion with people like you. So servlet is a basic thing in Java. Everything is servlet. Even EJB is internally a servlet. Enterprise Java Bean. Every damn thing that runs in a Java application context or that runtime context is a servlet. Yeah, very important thing. So Hel, can you tell me what is this JSP and JSTL about?
JSP, before we...
Hi, Atik.
Hi, sir.
Angular.
The bomber already in class low. Okay, good.
JSP is Java Service Protocol, I think.
No. Please don't introduce no definition. Already we got this guy from one stack. No. So Hel, come on, JSP and JSTL. What do you know about these two?
Yeah, so JSPs are Java server pages.
Exactly. Good. So Arthamenda, Atik, JSP is Java server pages. Good. What is JSTL?
I know the acronym for it, but I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, tell me what is an acronym for it.
I think I remember JSTL is related with JSP2.
Of course, but what is it?
I think it's like the library, all those.
Yeah, very good. Good. So Ilyas, can you expand on what Sahel said with respect to JSP and JSTL?
See, JSTL, I haven't heard it first time I'm hearing, but JSP is the way back, like 15 years back. You used to write embedded codes.
No, boss. No, you need to do all the. I agree. See, you used to do all those things, but still, see, suddenly interview people asked, I worked on JSP. You need to tell something, right? Yes, I worked on 10 years back. Your resume can put even 20 years experience. No, 20 years does look good. Maybe 18 years experience. Ilyas.
The company, they're still using JSP.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still using because it has some users. So JSP is, as Sohail said, okay, now let's give a chance to Atik and Hafiz. Hafiz, if you want to tell, you can stop me, that's fine. Atik, what can you tell about JSP and JSTL? I know you don't have an idea, but still, can you try? Atik?
Yeah, sir.
Can you try what is JSP and what is JSTL?
I don't have any ideas.
Okay, fine. See, JSP, as this guy said, which guy? Sohail. server pages means it's like a front end. But the way it works is a comedy, because JSP is like a server page. It is like you write some Java tags, all those things using JSTL. Java, I think Java servlet, whatever. Java server pages, Java servlet, Java server tag library. So as Sohail said, that JSTL is like a tab library. Means like HTML tags, they've invented their own tags, which you can use along with the JSP. There's one more comedy that is called JSF, Java Server Faces. Good, no, not many people are actually using it. So using JSP and JSTL, you can write some kind of a front-end thing. You write a HTML code. For all other processing, instead of JavaScript or etc., you use this JSP with JSTL. I mean, that was popular at one point, but really it's a big torture, frankly speaking. Now, what happens is this JSP, during the runtime, it will be compiled. So it will be compiled and will be created as a servlet. So basically in the runtime, actually, you're creating one more servlet using JSP. That means you're trying to create a front end of a system which is running more from the server point of view. So obviously it will be somewhat slow, and that was a kind of technology. I mean, I didn't really like all these things, but that is a purpose. Means it's more like a front end to the Java web services at that time. JSP. Tag library is what JSTL related to that. Now, Sohail, can you tell me what is JDBC and JMS?
Yeah, JDBC is Java Database Connectivity.
Okay, good. What is JMS?
JMS is Java Messaging Service.
Okay, what is JNDI?
This is, I don't remember on top
We'll
of my
discuss some other time. Ilyas, can you tell me what is JNDI?
JNDI, I heard of it, man. It's not like JSTL, but at least I heard JNDI.
Naming and directory related information, but
Okay.
even I don't have full idea on that. I used only 2 or 3 names in my project, and it's more related to very, very specific stuff, and it has a good purpose for something, but like naming your resources, that kind of related. It's very, very specific stuff. Actually, this is also one kind of a Java messaging or internal basics, but let's not put it because people can confuse. EJB, Enterprise Java Beans, which Sohail has some idea and Ilyas might be having, but this was all that old Java Web Services concept, better to remove. JPA, what is JPA, Sohail?
Java Persistence API.
Can you explain a bit more about JPA?
Java Persistence API, I think it's usually used, it's the superset of JDBC. Nowadays, people are opting for JPA.
It's not a superset of this thing. It is a completely different one. But JDBC is you actually create your queries, etc., etc.
Okay.
If the JPA kind of thing, yes, it is an API which is talking about persistence into the database.
Mm-hmm.
With respect to JPA, I have so many options.
Okay.
IBAT is, wait, let me.
Hibernate.
Yeah. Let's discuss more on this Wednesday's class.
Mm-hmm.
For now, let me assign to this lady, Sayada.
I didn't know Google had this feature of commenting too.
What is it?
I didn't know that Google had this feature of commenting on something like this.
చెప్తే ఎప్పుడన్నా యూస్ చేస్తే కదా మీ ఆఫీస్ లో.
Yeah, last time I learned from Raghu about coding background. That was, I freaked out. That
add-ons.
Java add-ons. That was cool, man.
In my office.
Yeah, because if you see the Google Doc, it is so confusing. Obviously, how will you remember? If you see like a code block, it's good. So let's continue on this. Maybe we'll discuss for a few more sessions. Basically, this jargon is so much. Anyone who sees these things later on should understand. I think, yeah, Sayada, if she comes to the further classes, it will be definitely good. Yeah, let's discuss more on this. Even the application web servers also, we can remove few Java programming languages. Who is this? I don't know who prepared this resume.
Yeah, maybe Subhash, man.
Yeah, he's the expert of creating everything.
Subhash does all this stuff.
Yeah, Subhash and Joseph.
Yeah, man, they're champions in putting all this. But once I really screamed at Subhash, he put Node.js, and I asked Raghu, do you know Node.js? He said, no, Node.js is completely different. At that time, I didn't know much difference, Java, Node.js and all.
See what she commented. They provide technology to us. Also, they develop cloud technology for automotive retail industry. Okay, about the target company. What was your responsibility on a daily basis? What Java 8 features did you use? Come to the session, you will explain everything. Fine. Okay, so we'll continue on this from Wednesday's class. Oh, she's asking all the stuff. What is React.js? How did you use skills in the last project?
Maybe these are some questions the vendor guys.
Yeah, she can prepare. I can definitely expand on that. Okay, fine, guys. See you on Wednesday. But what other thing is, at least the highlighted ones, it's a good to discuss with our people. See, obviously, everyone doesn't know everything. We need to know what is that you are doing. Okay, let's continue on Wednesday. Tata, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.